What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?
Whatever I feel like I want to do. Gosh!
How much would it take to get you back for a sequel?
What's it gonna take? It's like probably two figures.
Two figures?
And when I say two figures, I mean 2 digits in the millions.
We got
2 digits in the millions. Fine.
Park City, Utah, 2024. It's time for the annual Sundance Film Festival, and now that I'm a Utah resident, it's just a 40-minute drive in to catch the latest offering of films from all over the world. However, for this particular trip, I'm catching up with the cast and filmmakers from a film celebrating its 20th anniversary after debuting at Sundance in 2004. A little indie comedy known as Napoleon Dynamite. So join me, Paul Shirey, the Arctic Ninja, as I catch up with them to talk about the legacy of the film, as well as what it would take to get a sequel made.
I already get my hair cut at the Cotton Corral. Merchandise rights, licensing, okay? That's the first thing. And I would say, like, dude, you have no idea. I don't know what else I would say. It's like, just make sure you go to Katsuya in Studio City. That's pretty good sushi. And I only went there once towards the end of my stay, so.
still time. There's still time.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know everybody's asked about sequel. You know, well, how much would it take to get you back for a sequel?
What's it gonna take? It's like probably 2 figures.
2 figures?
And when I say 2 figures, I mean 2 digits in the millions.
We got
2 digits in the millions.
Napoleon's worth it.
Yeah, Napoleon as well, and it's gonna be great because they're actually gonna pay me. I'm gonna put on weight for this role if I haven't already, and it's gonna be. I got a perm for the original film. I have to find something else to commit to, like shaving my head or get some permanent braces on or something.
The perm is the new hairstyle now for the kids.
Dude, they're doing it. They're not going as tight as Napoleon. No one has the guts yet. I think this 20th anniversary is gonna change their minds.
I feel right.
What's it gonna take? It's like probably 2 figures.
2 figures?
And when I say 2 figures, I mean 2 digits in the millions.
We got
2 digits in the millions.
Napoleon's worth it.
Yeah, Napoleon as well, and it's gonna be great because they're actually gonna pay me. I'm gonna put on weight for this role if I haven't already, and it's gonna be. I got a perm for the original film. I have to find something else to commit to, like shaving my head or get some permanent braces on or something.
The perm is the new hairstyle now for the kids.
Dude, they're doing it. They're not going as tight as Napoleon. No one has the guts yet. I think this 20th anniversary is gonna change their minds.
I feel right.
There's a lot more where this came from, if you go to the dance with me.
You know you're gonna go to that dance with that boy.
First off, I have to say, your upper lip looks way more amazing in person.
Thank you.
Than it does in that drawing. So,
Yeah, I've been working on it.
So I gotta ask, do you have like a copy of that drawing? Do you like keep that around? What happened to the original drawing?
Everyone asked me. I feel so sad that I didn't ask if I could keep it. I believe Sean Covel has it.
We're gonna talk to him. We need to get that picture back.
Was it Sean? I think it was Sean. And he said it's on his desk. So I don't know how to ask him, can I have it? I'm working up to that. I first have to like buddy up with him and be like, hey, we're still friends, right? I really would love to have it. It'd be so cool. I have 2 of the prom dresses. I have mine and Summer's because they were mine from my closet, so they're still in my closet.
So you mentioned that, I mean, you have kids, and they watch that Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Are they able to just kind of enjoy it as Napoleon Dynamite, or is it always like, that's Mom's movie?
I think they enjoy it, and they all love performing themselves. My son's been in a Hallmark film, like, they love that sort of thing. So yeah, they get into it and enjoy the story, but also like to be like, yeah, that's my mom, you know? But they love stories.
This is a 20-year legacy. This is a movie that's taken off. This isn't just like a little movie that people have forgotten about. This is a movie people watch all the time, every year, just as I do.
Yeah.
What does that mean now? How is that? How does the president
You know, it's sort of a dream come true for me. Did I already say that? I've said that to a few people. I think I said that to you already. I always wanted to be in film, but I also wanted to have a family and wanted to do these other things. And the fact, like, that I got to be in it 20 years ago and then go have a family, and like I kind of got the best of both worlds, I feel like. So I feel super lucky. I feel like everyone in the cast also feels really lucky to be a part of it. And really, Jared and Jerusha Hess are the ones who started it all, and it's them to thank, I think, and they're so creative and awesome. So those are my thoughts.
It's such a great legacy. It really is.
It is. It's sweet. And the last time I watched it, I teared up, partly for that reason, because I'm like, all these years and all these experiences, it's been so awesome, and so many people have enjoyed it, but also it's a really sweet story. When I finally watched it again, it's been a long time, and I'm like, oh, they're so sweet, like Napoleon and Deb, and you know, it's sweet. So I'm proud to be a part of it, really, and I feel lucky.
The year that Napoleon came out, like in theaters, I saw it. I went to a Halloween party before there were shirts. Like, you can go get a Napoleon Dynamite Halloween costume now. Yeah. But you know, I'm one of the OGs. Nice. I dressed up. I was all about it. I got a wig, and they didn't have the hairstyle, and I cut it with scissors to make it.
Wow.
Hair.
Did you perm a wig?
No, it was already like a curl.
Oh, okay.
I cut it.
But you cut it tight.
Ball.
Did you do the iron-on stick-on
I did. We made the shirts and everything. So I was dedicated, and it's been that way ever since. And
thank you.
This is a movie that, like, is played in my household. I'm not even bullshitting you. Probably 4 to 5, 10 times a year. I mean, it's just on a constant rotation. That's to the point that I have to say, no, we're not watching the boy. I need to wait. I need to break back to Napoleon Dynamite.
You know, that are rough. So Napoleon came out, and it kind of was a thing. And you know, the day before Christmas break, when teachers just phone it in and you watch movies all day? Yeah, so they all decided to show Napoleon. So show Napoleon. And then, like, 45 minutes of class goes by, it ends. They go to the next class, they restart Napoleon. And this goes on all day. That is a Beckett like hell. Twisted.
I don't know. I think you could learn a lot. But you know, yeah, like how to go over sweet jumps, how to ask a girl to dance. I mean, it's important life lessons. Yeah, important life lessons.
Okay, so if you guys, like, right now, after 20 years in a week almost from the premiere, right? That's exactly what it is. You can travel back in time right now to back then, to yourselves. What do you tell yourselves about this movie? What do you guys say to your old selves, those selves that just made this movie and put it out?
I can honestly tell you, I know exactly what I do, and I would say nothing. Because the treasure of watching the movie, like, and every week getting, like, the notes from the distributor and looking at the variety every week and seeing the theater count expanding, seeing the movie, like grow and finding people, you know, and just sort of building that audience was such a pleasure and such a surprise that I wouldn't tell my past self anything about it. I wouldn't cheat past me from, you know, the discovery of that experience.
Just give him the Jeremiah Johnson kind of like,
no, you know what I'd do? Here's what I'd honestly do. I'd be like, it's going to fail. Forget about it. It's going to, and I would set that bar low so it would be even more. I'd be like, future be sucks.
Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, I lied to myself.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I would lie to my past self.
Pedro, just listen to your heart. That's what I do.
I mean, dude, you look amazing. I would still vote for you today.
Oh, sweet. Me too. Rightfully so.
So, I've been asking everybody this because I think it's kind of a poignant question, but we're at the 20-year anniversary of this film. Take a trip back in time to January 2004. You guys are walking out of the theater here in Sundance. You could go back. What would you tell yourself back then? What would you say to Efren back then? Like, hey man, like, I mean, what advice would you give him? What perspective, or would you give him anything at all?
Yeah. I would tell myself not to worry so much. you know, being in the industry, you're constantly looking for your next job, and you're sometimes you have that insecurity about you, thinking that you're not up to par. But I think that's part of life. That you can't let go of fear. That you need fear in order to find that ignition that gives you courage to move forward. Even to this day, I get scared. Even to this day, I look at new jobs and I go, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing with this character, with this role. But I do know that I take on challenging roles that are difficult to do. When I was doing Napoleon Dynamite, I didn't know if I was giving justice to the character of Pedro. I thought my first week I was gonna get fired because it was a lead role, it was a character role, and I wasn't so sure. But Jon Gries, brilliant character actor, and Jon Heder, just creative actor, and Jerusha Hess, they were so great at what they did, and they were able to allow me to play the role as I did. And then the result is, well, what you see. What you find it. Yeah.
I mean, in the end, all your nerves, you ended up defining this character.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. I mean, that's kind of like a dream role for an actor to have a film that lasts that long with that kind of legacy.
Yeah.
So where is Pedro today? In your mind, where is Pedro?
The White House.
20 years ago.
I mean,
Democrat.
I would say Pedro would be in the White House visiting the president and talking to everyone else, all the politicians. In the end, here's the rule that Pedro lives in his core, kind of like me. You cannot fight darkness with darkness. Lead with light. You may have disagreements. I get that. I got friends who are Republican and Democrats. That's okay. But you cannot lead with darkness. You got to lead with love, hope, ambition, because it is possible. We're all going through the same exact thing, but with hate, you're never going anywhere. It's not good. So, and I hope, whether it's cinematic or in real time with what's going on in the world today, we all need each other. Which is interesting enough, because that's what you find in Napoleon Dynamite, is that as different as all the characters are, they find each other in ways to help each other out. And because of that, they all, in the end of the movie, grow somehow, one way or another, which is great. Which leaves the true positive impact to storytelling and to life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll vote for you right now.
Thank you.
If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
20 years ago, almost to this date, you're walking out of the theater. The movie just debuted. You guys are walking out. Let's say you can time travel from right now to see yourself. What do you tell yourself as you're walking out of that theater?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I needed to be told anything, because in the moment it was just pure bliss. There was no nerves anymore. The audience responded. Yes, we had to sell it that night. There was a bidding award, but we were so removed from that. We had an attorney, we had people that were helping with the business part. We are solely these creators, and we needed help with everything else. But I don't know. We were so happy. I want that person to talk to me and say, remember how fun and amazing indie filmmaking is? Remember how joyful it is? Because sometimes it gets pretty, you're in the slog in Hollywood. So I'd rather have to
turn my question around, because that is great. No, that's a great, because having your old self talk to you.
Yeah, that's it.
That is something.
That's it.
Because that could remind you.
There's so much. I love speaking to college kids and in film programs. I do it all the time. And you get just that energy you get from young people.
Yeah.
Freaking magical. And so we had so much untapped just energy and creativity, all those beautiful things that come with youth. Right. With youth and those fresh ideas that were just out of the box. So,
So, I know you guys have been asked about sequels time and time again.
Oh, no, not on this press line, so I'll do it.
I mean, I can't imagine anybody that loves this film, and there's a lot that wouldn't want to see a sequel. Some people say, oh no, it just needs to be left alone, and I get that.
Well, look, Dumb and Dumber did it like 20 years
Well,
later.
that's the thing, and there's some of them are pulling it off. Top Gun Maverick, these are movies, and there's, for people that say it can't be done, I don't buy that anymore. It's been disproven. Could a Napoleon sequel ever happen?
We have so many treatment ideas for sequels and spin-offs and Christmas specials and full-on, like, I have, like, outlines for Broadway. Like, it hasn't died with us. Like, we made that whole animated program or show with Fox. Like, it's still, there are millions of stories untapped within this small, cute Idaho little world.
Listen, we need this. I'm just telling you. I know you have lots of other things you want to do.
Yeah.
But a Napoleon sequels Christmas special sounds awesome.
That sounds so fun.
And now with, like, honestly, like with streaming, I feel like there's, like, just a lot of avenues of,
There are. And just, you're looking at them, they're still darling humans.
They're amazing. Everybody I've spoken
They
to
look
is
great.
amazing. Listen,
20
now
years
is the
after.
time.
Yeah.
Really be there. So, I just have to tell you, I know you hear this kind of stuff all the time, too, but, like, I love this movie. I've always loved this movie from the drop, and my kids love this movie. So my son is 14. I have two stepdaughters. They're 10 and 12.
Yeah.
They love this movie. It's quoted, I'm not even kidding, daily. It's just kind of part of my vernacular.
Yeah.
So, I just think that is like a hell of a legacy for any filmmaker. Yes, you want to make a new film. You want to make something top yourself, but sometimes you just get that one that hits and just stays with you.
It's magic that 20 years later we're still talking about it. That's already just a win.
Yeah.
Because so many movies are amazing and wonderful, but then you don't desire that repeat watch.
Yeah.
And the fact that you could co-view with your family, all of that is just I think we hit that really special.
Where were the plays? And
Just
they want me back. Wow.
It's a special thing.
You guys made a great movie.
But also, I don't think we could ever make a sequel only for this, because we made that movie for $200,000 and we begged, borrowed, and stole every day. And how do you do it with a real budget? I feel like that is the trickiest part. We would have to force ourselves to make a low budget film. Like,
low budget, 10 million.
At least pay our cast. At least pay our cast this time.
You guys have earned that much. Come on. You should be able to go to Taco Bell after the sequel comes out.
So much of the shot decisions, so much of everything was based on money. And so all those long stop shots and not a lot of coverage, that was because we had short ends of film. It's like time was money. We didn't have a lot of film stock. And so it made a really magical little moment because we were financially restrained.
So rather than be like Dick Donner and writing verisimilitude on the board, your company say, pretend we have a $200,000 budget.
That's it. Okay.
Even if you've got 30.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I could work.
Yeah, I could work. We would have done more budget.
Thank you so much. It's so great to talk to you. I love this movie.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's the coolest thing ever.
It really is.
My kids don't even know how cool I am.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
Napoleon, like anyone can even know that.
Lucky.